So let's talk about Saul Canelo Alvarez, the number one pound for pound king in boxing today, at least in my opinion. Apparently, Canelo wants to fight in the UK for his fight in December. At least according to Talksport.com, who recently spoke with Eddie Hearn. As you guys can tell by the headline, huge. Canelo Alvarez wants to fight in London in December. Eddie Hearn reveals possible opponents with Mexican star likely to make UK debut after Dmitry Bivol and Gennady Golovkin fights. So if you read the article, talks here, it quoted Eddie Hearn saying, and I quote, it reads, Canelo wants to fight in London in December. And then it goes on to say, we've got the mandatory for his super middleweight championship and the mandatory for his light heavyweight championship. So John Ryder or the winner of Joshua Buatsi versus Craig Richards, we are well placed to provide him for one of those fights in London. And then it goes on to say Buatsi versus Richards is a fight where the winner can stake a claim to be in those kind of fights with Canelo. So yeah. Yeah, to those who don't know who John Ryder is, let me do a little quick Google search of him. It's this man right here who recently defeated Daniel Jacobs. And to those who don't know who Joshua Buatsi is, man, the Buatsi fight's actually a very intriguing fight. Buatsi right now, is one of the top contenders at 175, undefeated, 15-0, 13 wins coming by way of knockout TKO. John Ryder, on the other hand, he's 31-5. But like I said, he's coming off that big win against Daniel Jacobs in a close competitive fight, but Ryder ended up pulling it off. Buatsi will be fighting Craig Richards. Craig Richards is this man right here, the Spider. 31 years old, 17-2, one draw. He lost to Dmitry Bivol last year, and I'm actually liking this fight. Just thinking about it now, I'm liking this fight. If there's a fight between these three fighters that I'd like to see in December, I'd pick Buatsi. But first, Buatsi has to beat Craig Richards. And, honestly, I thought Canelo was going to head towards Mexico. But I guess, with his 3-fight deal with the Zone, Eddie Hearn is the one calling the shots. And right now, Saul Canelo Alvarez has 3 fights lined up. So it's gonna be against Bivol this coming May. He has to beat Bivol in order for all of these 3 fights to come into place. He has to beat Bivol in May, and then he has the Triple G rematch in September, and he has to win this fight for him to fight in December. And like I said, it's gonna be looking like either Joshua Buatsi or Richards, whoever wins that fight, or John Ryder. So it's looking like Canelo's year is definitely planned out already. And yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, out of all those 3 fighters that was mentioned, I'm liking Joshua Buatsi the most. I think that's probably the fight that catches my attention more, and I would say more competitive than fighting Craig Richards or John Ryder, in my opinion. So, anyway, it would be cool. I think Canelo sells out the UK. I'm gonna be honest. I think he sells out the UK. He's that big of a star and that big of a fighter that he can sell out a whole different country. I mean, he does it already here in the United States, but the United States is full of Mexican Americans. A lot of Mexicans travel to the U.S., but the UK is a completely different story. I think he would sell out the UK, man, just because of how many boxing fans are there in the UK, and I'm sure a lot of them are Canelo fans. Considering also Canelo has recently defeated a bunch of big British fighters, Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders, most recent ones. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like always, have a great day. All right, thanks.